You are listening to Practical and Woo by Mindset and Manifest. My name is Eden, and I invite you to embark on a journey with me to explore the practical and spiritual edges of the unknown for the purpose of allowing you to embody and empower yourself uniquely as you are, and to intentionally create and live a life of freedom and fulfillment. Each week, I'm going to discuss topics such as energetics, reality creation, manifestation, astrology, tarot, human design, and more to help empower you to live beyond perceived limitations and to practically design your life so it feels like absolute magic every step of the way. Let's dive in. Hello, wonderful soul. Thank you for being here. I thought I would try something new for today's episode. I have recently come to discover a journaling exercise that has personally offered me so much delicious expansion and access to what feels like a golden edged tool in my transferable skill tool belt. The journaling exercise itself is established on the premise that all wisdom is already within you. Although we so often have a tendency and sometimes a desire to go out and find the things, the information, the insight that we're looking for, it's important to recognize that we actually already know it somewhere inside of us. You already know it somewhere inside of you. I can verify that some of my own greatest aha moments have come from listening within. So, in this particular activity, I was invited to write a passionate letter to my heart. This letter was allowed to contain any and all questions or complaints I was experiencing in that moment. A full and complete expression to my heart about my feelings, my worries, my wonderments. No holdbacks. In so doing, I was also invited to know that the next letter would be my heart's response. And my heart would be offering me nuggets of wisdom that I could then use to move forward and grow with. It is such a novel idea. I am positively enamored by it and have been since I learned about this exercise. So, how did I come to find this luxurious writing portal into the depths of my own heart led wisdom? From a book authored by Carolyn Elliott called Awaken Your Genius. It felt important to give credit where credit is due. With this activity, Carolyn Elliott outlines some guidelines and a framework for the format in which each of the two letters can take. She also offers an example. Reading her example, I felt in awe and also doubtful that I would be able to succeed at this activity, which highlights my own shadowy perfectionist tendencies. Nevertheless, I decided to try. I am so glad I did because the wisdom and stream of consciousness that came out of this journal exercise has been one that I have turned to time and time again to gain deeper understanding of not only my feelings, but also an illuminated path for which I can move forward. I want to read to you one of the musings that came from what I'm calling my heart's magic, because the advice feels potent and powerful and worth sharing. This passage was from a slightly modified and later exercise that I did using the guidelines of Carolyn Elliott's exercise. A few weeks ago, I decided to take a walk in Toronto's Beltline, my journal in hand. I was contemplating my future and deciding the flavor I want my future to feel like. Future projecting and trying on dominant feelings is a potent manifestation technique that I definitely want to explore with you on future episodes of Practical and Woo. I found a bench to sit on surrounded by the woods. I closed my eyes and felt a golden amber sun caress my skin. Every follicle and cell in my body sparked with joy in response. A word suddenly came to mind. I want to feel like I'm basking, basking in my life. And suddenly I was met with a question. So I penned in my journal, "Dear heart, who do I need to be to bask in life?" In response, I felt a strong impulse, a sense that energy was asking to be translated into words. I wrote, "Be someone who moves with ease, less expectations, and more surrender. Surrender to the knowing of your creative pleasure, your creative potential." Imagery of a gated wall and chain link fence filled my mind, and I continued writing. Bar yourself not. Open the gates of heaven and allow your sweet canary song to rejoice. Revere the pleasure of a moment. I processed the response and asked another question. How do I loosen up? My hand started to write again. When something is tight, it's inflexible, rendering the potential to crack, break, and shatter. Tightness of a bond, like a knot in a rope, is a different story. The application of tightness is contextual. To be tight on your own leaves you vulnerable. To be tight in connection leaves you strengthened. The emphasis isn't so much on you, it's on the focus. How do I strengthen my connections? The process of one becoming two in unity. Deeply value differences and care wholly. When you are tight on your own, there is no room for the other to enter. Your spaciousness closes and solidifies, and wanted guests then cannot enter. Discernment becomes pertinent. Trust yourself to build the connections most meaningful. With trust comes spaciousness. With trust comes naturalness. With trust comes security. With trust comes a strengthened bond you can delight. How do I trust myself and others? Listen to your heart, the yearnings deep within. Play, laugh, act earnestly. Allow yourself to be you without the rigidity of suppressing the natural flow of your expression and experience. Open up to the possibility of all that is. How do I feel beautiful and present while basking? Beauty is not about the superficiality of the vessel. It's about the quality of the essence that fills it. When you are present in play and enjoyment completely as yourself, you are beautiful. And the quality of that energy emanates to others. Do something because you want to experience it, because you enjoy it. It has been an immaculate experience for me to receive my own heart's magic. And I know that you have wisdom inside of you that is yearning to be offered as solution to your most burning questions. As a gift, I'm going to offer you a worksheet you can download if you want to explore your own inner wisdom in this way. You can discover the link for this resource in the show notes from this episode. And if you need help and support on the path to discovering your inner wisdom, please feel free to connect. I am sending you blessings and warmth. Until next time.